Given the emergency that the climate crisis is thrusting upon us, we, like the rest of society, needs to up its game and start to be a little more radical in how we approach our carbon impacts.
Paradise is set on a shoreline of an island, a place where everything and everybody is washed up. One of the exciting things was that we knew that the Olivia was going to be in the round and that it was going to be more site-specific.
When you think about a play like Paradise, which has its own environmental theme, it's very interesting what Kae Tempest has done, where they have created this chorus of island women who have an ethos to do with looking after the planet. And the dynamics of the play have to be represented in the way you make the play. You can't have one ethos in a play and then make it not paying attention to and living by the spirit of that ethos.
The Theatre Green Book is an initiative to try and push things forward in terms of what the theatre was doing about its environmental impacts. The baseline standard which the National Theatre has signed up to, the target of 50% of everything we use materially on a show to have a previous life and 65% of it to have an afterlife. What is paramount is that everyone is talking very early on, from the very early stages of a design. We don't have all the answers. I think that's the key thing to say here. This is an investigation.
The key elements of the design of Paradise are, firstly, the element of the earth, sand, a beach.
2/3 of that floor cloth has been used in about 5 other shows here at the National. 1/3 of it is new canvas, but that will be used in future shows going forward, so will be stored.
Then there is the environmental element of all the detritus, the rubbish, the plastic, the things that have washed up on the island. There's a kind of statement about the way some of these communities are having to live to do with Western materialism, rocking up and washing up in different places.
Old oil cans, bits of chain, some broken masts, some broken bits of sail. So we've literally beachcombed to get that stuff. All elements in costume as well have been from the store here or have been used from second-hand clothes shops or wherever we can find them. Our own donations as well.
In our world, which is about originality and about design, inevitably recycling will involve a lot of adaptation and chopping things up to make something slightly different. Our scenic art department have been experimenting for a good number of years with the materials they use, trying to get solvent-based paints out of their practice. Most paint that you use nowadays, if not all of it, is water-based. The ambition is to try and create a circular economy, so things keep going round and round.
What we're doing is to not use as much scenery as normal, to use the environment of the theatre to imagine an outside space, and that outside space works very well in the Olivier in the sense of it being like a Greek amphitheatre, which is the perfect place to tell an ancient tale of history and adventure.
Parameters encourage ingenuity, and when we think about the carbon footprint of theatre, it's really good to then think, okay, by applying those parameters, what can we do with less?
It's not just a single voice of a designer, it's a collective voice. No one person knows all the answers, so you ask everybody all the time, how do we do this, how do we do it better?
Theatre production is a truly collaborative practice. It requires lots of different disciplines coming together and bringing their specialisms to make the whole thing work. There's the opportunity for a new creative language and a way of rethinking how we approach creative work, and there's a lot of possibility in that.